Hi everyone and welcome to today's class. Tomorrow we've got the full moon in September, which is the harvest moon, and maybe you can see now how your intentions that you've been setting back in March or April when we also had Aries full moons, and I think there was an eclipse even involved and new moon, sorry. How that came to fruition and how it worked out. Of course, with these fiery energies, we just need to be a little bit conscious of not doing anything impulsively, to find our inner center, to stay calm and out of conflict, because you know, if you stay out of conflict and you just observe, you won't be in it and it may be dissolving as fast as it appeared. Okay, so let's see what we can do for our physical body, and just to mention, I've got my favorite workout gear here from Oysho. I will link it down below. No sponsoring, it's just perfect. It fits well, the seams are in the right place, it's just great. Okay, so little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders. Nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line, and then you've got your sit bones together, and it's like a fountain coming out of your head. Ribs together, knees and elbows are relaxed. It's just energy flowing through the fingertips, toes or heels, whatever, however your feet are pointed or flexed, out of your head, and that's how we work. Okay, so we're starting with the reaffirmation of the upper arms, working our way around the arms, palms to the front, little fingers toward the thumbs, ribs together, and releasing. Okay, so one more, little fingers towards the thumbs, ribs together, everything's long. Just relaxing. I have my elbows relaxed and I can just feel how it works here. And of course, if you have the fountain lengthening and then you've got your arms loose, there's no strain in your shoulder joints. And of course, that's what we're aiming at. Now, thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, ribs together, lengthening. Really feel the stretch, the lengthening through your spine, and relax. That's also what we're doing it for, more than anything. Lengthening, feel the length of your body. If you can, also lengthen below your hip bones, sorry. Lengthening, thumbs towards your little fingers, ribs together, and make sure you're not rolling here, yes? Weight is evenly spread on your big toe, little toe, and heel. Lengthen and straight forward, straight ahead, and relax. Okay, as always, we go to the end of the mat to stretch our back with the same muscle coordination. I'm just lowering, relaxing my head. Everything is relaxed here. You can of course bend your knees, and you're also welcome to use yoga blocks or books here. Yeah, fine, no problem. Okay, so the navel's in, and then lengthen the back. And one more time. Navel is in, and lengthen your back. And navel's in, lengthen your back. And relax. And of course, you can do it all here. Yeah, trying to lengthen your back. If it doesn't lengthen yet, or if it's not straight yet, I wanted to say no problem. That will come with time. Okay, now we're turning our upper body, so meaning navel in, same thing, now wherever you are, lengthening, and now you're looking at your middle finger, and don't overtake, or don't let your arm overtake your view. So you just come as much as you can, looking here, and then you're describing a bigger circle going down. It's just a relaxed arm indicating the direction that your upper body takes, because we're trying to turn the upper body and having our hips not being involved. So you're not turning your hips, yeah, lengthening. Feels better, but there is more stretch. We want to lengthen the entire body, not only move it. Lengthening, just think long, yeah, visualize the length, think longer, and that's how it works. Lengthening, 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 and nail in, lengthening, keep lengthening, just keep lengthening, lengthening, and relaxing. And just let the blood flow back. Yeah, and we're also doing a standing exercise now. Okay, yeah, if you're here for the first time, this may look a little bit, I don't know, scary or like I can't do this, but no, that's not like it, because I do it with people who are well in their 60s and even older, so that's not a problem. The only thing that you need to try to make sure of is that the leg you're standing on, the heels on the floor, you've got your hips parallel to the floor, apart from, and you sink from your sit bones long and long, and whatever then is the expression is fine. You can use your books or yoga blocks, you can bend your legs. Anyway, when we start, the leg that goes up is bent anyway, so that's it. Yeah, so you can, yes, you can be here when you can, but if you can't and you're here somewhere, fine, okay, even like that. Okay, so the idea is sit bones, navel, lengthen the entire upper body, and then think the energy through the knee, and you notice that we're having a stretch in the lower back and hip. If you don't notice it yet, just think, and it will come as soon as your body is ready. Yeah, this is really for stability, and it helps prevent so many things. Because from that crucial point in the human body, so much comes. And the guides told me a while ago that we may be doing this all the time now because, and I think it was in an English class that told me, we need strength, stability, standing up for ourselves in the time that's coming now. So this helps physically. Okay, so again, lengthen. Now we're trying to lengthen a bit more, yeah? Whatever that means for you, even if there is no difference, which can be seen, you're trying to see the difference, because that's the thing. You send the energy from the center out, and as long as you notice that there is a difference sending from 1 second to the next, you keep going. If you notice there's not any more to achieve, then stop. Yeah, so you can take longer on one side than on the other. That's perfectly alright. Okay. So, other leg. Lengthening. Relaxing here. Try not to roll on your foot. Having your hips parallel, your head loose, and the elbows are actually pointing towards yourself, not out, because that would give us some strain. Okay, so in my case, it's repeating each leg once. In your case, it can be yes, coming with me, or taking a break, or going to the next exercise, which I even don't know yet what it will be, but the guides are here to tell me, because this is all guided. I haven't got a clue what is coming when I'm starting. I just know what the energies are, and the rest is a surprise. Okay, so here we go. lengthening, thinking long through your head, through your heel, and the big toe, of course, all the toes. Wow. If it feels like, wow, yeah, you know that you've been letting go of some energy, and that's very good, because our body is processing the energies that are continuously coming onto us. And yeah, okay, it looks like we're doing some push-ups next. Okay, so here's the latest version first. You're on your knees, and it's a diagonal line from your knees to your head. You can cross your legs if you like. Not your calves, your ankles, I wanted to say. Relaxing the elbows. And then, coming up from the fountain. So it's sit bones, navel, and it's not about how deep you can go, it's about maintaining the diagonal line and seeing, okay, how much strength do I have in my center to keep me up, and your arms are closed, because otherwise you would be harming your shoulders, which we don't want. Okay, so here is the gentleman's version. Please, ladies, don't copy this. Little toes in line with your little fingers. Okay, and we're here, lengthening. Again, this is just relaxing your elbows, and then it's all about how much strength do you have in your center? How slow can you go? And how much can you use that? So that's what it's about. And if you get bored with this, you can do it easily. There is a variation if you like, which I'm going to show you now. Lengthening. Okay, so I've got one leg here. And I do it. Now from your sit bone, you just sink the energy through your heel, and continuously going on, which means that the leg is kept in place by itself, by just the energy flowing through. Because apart from that, we've got the energy coming from the sit bones with this fountain through our head. So that maintains the line in front, and the rest maintains the leg. Okay, so just let the blood flow back, or if you need to relax your back, do it here. Yeah, and we're not done yet. Okay, so we're also doing the balance, right? So there are different variations for this as well. The first one is done on the underarms. So it looks like we're using the fiery energies to get rid of some energy. From here, it's not about holding. Holding would look like this. There. And this is the lengthening I'm looking for. As I mentioned before, it's energy from your sit bones through your head, one direction, and then from the sit bones, lengthen through the legs, obviously not as much. So you've got that stretch into two directions, which makes a balance. Physical law, or law of physics. So you don't have to balance. There's nothing that you have to hold. Thinking balance means holding is a misunderstanding. It just means sending energy in different directions at the same time, working out how much into each direction. Okay, you can also do this in the plank position. Do it here. Relaxing your elbows, and just keep breathing in. On the out breath from here, lengthening, lengthening. Oh yeah, I have to have my toes here. And relaxing one more time. Breathing in, lengthening, energy through the head, and relax. Okay. And if you get bored doing this, I have another variation for you on this one. So when you are in plank position and you lengthen here, you can move your feet. Do that slowly, especially when it's warm and you may be slipping, lengthening. Think your butt forwards. Biggest possible circle with your arms, making sure that you've got your shoulder blades parallel. Lengthening, but down on the way here. Likes to stay up. And if you like, and you feel safe enough here with your foot, which I'm not yet sure of, but if you really think energy out in every direction, you can see, then you can't slip. So trying my way around. On the other side, let's see. Lengthen, lengthen. Well, let's see, where is the point of energy through, really through each direction? Yeah. There. And then just relax on your back. Maybe you want to do both, or just let the blood flow back. Okay. Right, this sounds energetic because now we're doing some sideways push-ups. So, okay, but you know, if anything, Chi normally is the right class for you, and if you feel it's not, just go to my playlist if there's anything you could push for, okay? And if there's something missing, communicate it. Okay, so we've got the shoulder in line with the hips and the heels. I'm just embracing my upper shoulder blade. I'm placing my hand here, close to my body, so I'm not straining my shoulder. Of course, if you want, you can put something underneath. If your neck does not feel well, you could also put something underneath here. But the important thing is, when we do push-ups, we're not doing this, pushing it out, just getting up. No, from the sit bones, we're lengthening, we're describing a big circle, and we're coming back, visualizing an even bigger circle. Energy comes through here because the fountain is something that never stops. Okay, so lengthening, sit bones, head, and coming down. Breathing in, and lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening even more. And it's very normal if you find it harder on one side than on the other. And lengthening, and again lengthening, and lengthening. Okay. If you want to rest, you can also take your arm here, and you can also take it here for the next exercise, or leave it here, or you lengthen. Make sure there's no tension in your wrists, and just lengthen, lying, keep the center lying, and just relax. And of course, energy through the head more than, don't do anything to your arms, ribs together, and lower. Okay, and you can now, for the next exercise, you can actually, again, be here, or have something like a cushion or a little towel underneath your head, or you can be here. Just make sure to take breaks, to not have strain behind your neck. And now we're walking in the air, just lengthening. Lengthening is the priority, not like taking big steps. That's not what we're aiming at. Okay. And relax. Maybe you will relax here. Okay, and then again, lengthen. And lengthen, or keeping there. And I'm opening my legs as wide as my hips are, and just thinking long and together, and they open by themselves. And long and open, and long, and you notice this, navel in. This is the reaffirmation of the inner thighs. Just lengthen, 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 and relax. Okay, good. Okay, and now, if you like, do a little test for your muscle coordination. If it doesn't work, please laugh about it, yeah? Because it's just a test for yourself. Lengthening, if you can maintain, meaning sending energy through. Yes, and here we are. Okay, so now, other side. It's much easier than you may think when you start doing it, okay? Just not trying to make it small, but out. So like legs, arms, and then. Okay, so where are we? Shoulders, hips, and heels. I'm embracing my upper shoulder blade, placing my hand here. If you would like to put something underneath, feel free to do that. And now we're starting, not coming up like this. If you don't come up, but you are here, this is the success of the exercise, because you're using the muscle coordination. That's what we need, and that's strengthening. Okay, so lengthen, biggest possible circle, and as you may see, I am stronger on this side. And lengthen. So don't expect the two sides to feel the same or to look the same. For as much as we're trying to have a harmonious appearance, which means having our two sides halfway similar, we all know this is impossible. I think that was already 5, but I do one more here. Lengthen. And lengthen. So 5 was what I got, but you do what is correct for you. So now I'm just putting my hand here and lengthen, or lengthen here. And we're lengthening the entire body from the sit bone through the head, some energy through the fingertips and through the toes. And lengthen. Okay. Take a little rest. Now lengthen here, and I use the arms here, but you can of course have this, or put something underneath. And now we're just walking in the air, lengthening, really lengthening. Feel the center line, lengthening, just lengthening calmly. As we're surrounded by the fiery energies, we need to just observe them. Let them go. Observe the fire. Lengthen and open, and now together and open, and together and open. Together. Inner thigh reaffirmation. Lengthen through the head. Don't think together, no, out. Yes, out at the same time. Makes it so much easier. Okay, and rest. Good. Don't worry if you do it on one side more than on the other side. There's always a reason for everything. You do it for as long as you can, and it's perfect, right? Do less rather than more. Lengthening and lengthening. Just go for the feeling. That's the response, the answer of the body. Okay. Good. And now I just need to process some energy. So here we go. Just processing some energy. Wow. Yeah, so this is the way my body likes to do that. Maybe you prefer the calmer way. Also, it's always good to shake something off. 3-dimensional with your arms. And yes, we have a full moon, so letting go is what it is. Here we go. Letting go. Okay, so maybe you also want to stretch out a little bit. And I'm very surprised because I get told that we continue on our tummy so really well. Okay. Interesting. Here we go. So, legs together. You've got one hand on top of the other. If you have a certain habit there, keep changing your hands. Now your forehead rests on your hands. Breathing in through your nose. Navel in, lengthen, head and arms come up in that same position. Now you lengthen your arms parallel forwards, palms facing the floor, just above the floor. Make sure that your neck is long behind, from behind. Now you describe the biggest possible circle. Keep lengthening, sit bones, energy through your head. fountain, ongoing, I mean. And now you've got your arms parallel to the upper body. Breathe in, navel in, now lengthen your arms and come back. Biggest possible circle, just let your arms flow lightly and coming back. Yes. Okay, now breathing in, on the out breath, coming up, arms and head, lengthening your arms forwards and open, biggest possible circle, energies come out, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Okay, breathing in, and now lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, and navel in, and just come back. Just come back, reverse the circle, let the energy flow through your head, long behind your neck and lower. Okay, now from here, breathe in, navel in, arms up and forwards, and we do describe again a circle, and we just get next to your body, and then just think of sit bones, navel, lengthen through your head and through your fingertips, and really feel there may be a little stretch behind your neck. Now we're going for that. And meaning, now your chin goes towards your chest, and really think of long behind your neck. Because this is, we're trying to get rid of some excess energy. And now come back parallel, meaning head parallel to the floor or mat, breathing in, navel in, lengthen through your head and fingers, and again, chin to your chest, lengthening, and coming back into alignment. Now, reversing the circle, and then place your hand, not in the original position, but like in a little circle, palms facing downwards, bend elbows, so you've got your arms above your head, but they are very much bent. Now breathe in, navel in, sit bones, navel, and now lengthen your neck and lengthen your back, and then just lift your head and neck off the floor a little bit. Now, think of your elbows and just slide from your elbows towards outside and feet. So it's diagonally backwards, and go very slowly so you find where it's stretching your neck most while sending energy continuously through your head. So this is like a discharging energy exercise, yeah? If you have, energy can't be stuck, but sometimes it feels like it accumulated excess, that's it. It feels like it's not flowing, although yes, it's always flowing. So we're trying to get where you feel tense, where you notice there is something, yeah? And try to find that. And then just let your head go, and that's fine. Okay, good. So now we're placing the arms parallel on the floor, little fingers in line with your shoulders. Same thing with the legs, opening hip wide, little toes in line with your hips, or if your upper thighs are wider in that direction, yeah? In that alignment, I'm sorry. Okay, so from here, breathing in, navel in, now lengthen everything, so go slightly up, and then we'll come up with the right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, and we do that for a while. If that's too hard, you can of course be on the floor, or put leg and arm on the floor each time. But if you can, just keep it slightly in the air. Lengthening is priority, and then slightly lifting. So it's almost not lifting at all, it's just lengthening. Lengthening, control from the center, and relax. breathing in, navel, and lengthening everything, and relax. So now we're doing it with the entire body. Make sure that your navel stays in and that it's long, so it's almost not lifting, because that's what the back needs, yeah? The worst thing you could do is pushing with your navel against the floor and coming well up. Okay. Now, placing my hands underneath my shoulders, elbows very close, lengthening everything, not coming up too much, thinking of lengthening at the front and at the back, and just going back and coming up. Wow! This was definitely processing energy. Okay, so let's see where we are. Just relaxing here. Yeah, there's one more exercise that they've shown me to do. Okay, so here we are. If you have a tender feel being on your knees, you can always put a cushion underneath or a little towel, whatever helps you to feel comfortable in this position. Okay, so we've got one leg at the front, lengthening, sit bones, of course, that line is there. Now, you're lengthening your arms, diagonally forward, so your shoulder blades are parallel, and not too high, because if you're low here, there's no tension on your shoulders. If I lift my arms, that's not helpful. Okay, so lengthening from here, and you are trying to lengthen through your elbow, through your head, through your leg. You can put something underneath if you can't reach the floor, no problem. And you try to lengthen your leg out, yeah? So it's not lift. It's about lengthening. And if it doesn't come off the floor, no problem, because that is the success. So you see, it's the same when I'm lifting the leg. Can you see it? It's not different. Trying 3 times, and then lengthening and coming up. Okay, now bending on the leg, lengthening, and here we go. Okay, now lengthening and lowering, and lengthening and lowering. One more time, lengthening and stretch. And lower. Okay. Wow, that was my knee. Okay, for a while it was a little tender, and now, well, lengthening. So if you find it easy to be here, then you can try to come forwards and lengthen slightly back. Trying to go very slowly because of my now outcoming contraction. So it's very, very interesting. If the contraction in your body is starting, it's very painful. But if it's resolving, coming back, it also is, because the entire body has to adjust. So there's a lot going on. And lengthen, and it's really so important to be conscious and to feel your way. See that? This leg has it so much easier. It's freely moving in the hip joint. It's just like, it feels like it's floating, because all the energy, all the strength is in the center, so it's not a problem. And in the other one, I really have to carefully feel every millimeter of what I'm doing. So I hope this helps you as well to get inspired to be very careful, cautious and mindful with your body, because we need it and we need you here right now. Okay, so anything that you need to finish off the class, maybe a little bit of shaking again, letting go. Here we are, full moon. Okay. very much for being here and for joining me for today's class. And if you like more from my guides, you can have it on Instagram at Heike Dance. There's a daily dose. And of course, on Heike Bartels on YouTube, where you find my weekly energy updates. I would love to have you everywhere. It's all free. And we need to be strong and to stand up for ourselves, because we are here in some challenging times and we are needed. So please take care of yourself, look after yourself, and I see you for the next class.